Swishers, welcome to an all-new episode of your Daily Swish. Man, didn't I tell you in the beginning that this was going to be the NCAA March Madness for the books? Because it definitely has thrown me for a loop. I don't know if it has thrown you for a loop, but I have to say, these top seeds getting taken down have ruined my bracket for sure. So I have given up on the bracket. I'm not even looking at it anymore because all these underdog teams that we didn't expect to come out on top have come out on top and taken down teams like Maryland, NC State, okay? And I'm just like mind blown right now. This is what I love about the NCAA tournament, and this is what I love about March Madness, and why these underdog teams always, figure out a way to come out on top and make a name for themselves, okay? So we have Stanford, UConn, and South Carolina advancing, okay, onto the Elite Eight, as well as the number 2 seeds, Baylor and Louisville. But guess what? We also have some surprising teams like Arizona, Indiana of all teams, okay, and Texas, okay. So Arizona's number 3, okay. You have Indiana number 4, and number 6, Texas decided, we ain't done yet. Who do you think we are? A bunch of pansies, okay? Because I don't know. I definitely did not pick them in my bracket to move on to the Elite Eight, okay? So the biggest upset for this weekend was Texas versus Maryland. Nobody expected this, okay? Because I sure didn't. I expected Maryland to go all the way to at least the Final Four. I did pick Maryland and NC State to go all the way to the Final Four just because they were the top dogs, and I thought that they could actually make it, okay? And I'm sure most of us had NC State and Maryland moving on. But nope. Okay. Here's some stats to look at coming into the Elite Eight. I'm going to talk about the top dogs right now. Stanford to begin with. Okay, Stanford looked great with their offense and had a strong defense with the help of Anna Wilson. Okay, Wilson also threw up 13 points and 6 rebounds. Okay. If Stanford, here's the thing, if Stanford continues, okay, to remain strong in their offense and defense like they have been all season, okay, they may just have this championship in the bag, okay? Now, here's what Wilson had to say about that. She said, for us, it's really an opportunity to go out there and finish our season the way we expect to finish it, okay, and that's coming from Wilson, okay? So, if Stanford continues to do what they've been doing all season long, then this championship should be no problem, okay? UConn, on the other hand, okay, well, we all know UConn's freshman is phenomenal and outstanding, Paige Bueckers, okay, and could lead UConn to a possible 12 championship. There are some factors when they play Baylor tonight, okay, and that could prevent that. UConn knows that they have a good setup with their offense and defense. There's no worries there, okay? But by judging Baylor, Auriemma already knows. He knows for a fact that Baylor is one of the top defense, okay? And he knows that they're going to be tight and they're going to be a lot tougher on Bueckers, okay? They're not going to give it to her easy. The last time that they played against each other, they did not hand it to her easily. Okay, they were a little tough on her, and I feel that tonight they're going to be a lot tougher on her because this is March Madness. This is the Elite Eight. This determines who's going to that Final Four. Okay, and you know me. I mean, come on. I'm cheering for UConn all the way. So I'm hoping that they can go all the way to the Final Four. Okay, so in his words, okay, he says, you mean to tell me that Baylor's number 7 already overall? Somebody got that wrong, if you ask me. And that's stated by Auriemma, okay? Like I said, they were tough on Bueckers during the regular season. Imagine what they could do in the Elite Eight, okay? And Auriemma is going to have to pull a lot of strings to get Bueckers going, okay? Because I don't think Baylor is going to be like, okay, you're UConn. No, it's not going to happen like that, okay? Now I want to talk about a couple of these underdog teams, okay? For instance, Indiana, okay? Indiana is just a win away from the Final Four. They need to be strong both offensively and defensively. They need to balance that out, okay? They can't throw each other off. And to me, composure is key for any underdog team in the tournament, okay? If they haven't been there for a while and this is their first time going in a very, very long time, okay, you definitely know that these girls are up on cloud 9. We need to bring them down from cloud 9 and get them in game mode and think, just because, you know, we're here, we're finally here, okay, we got to keep our composure. And that I think they could definitely do that with sophomore Mackenzie Holmes, averaging 17.7 points and 7.6 rebounds and shooting 60.7% from the field. I think Indiana could definitely use her as clutch moments and composure to help them move on to the Final Four. What do you guys think? Okay. Arizona needs to rely on the tough pressure defense if they want to move on, and with the help of Ari McDonald, okay, Arizona could pull off a win and head to the Final Four. Okay, so what do you think about these underdog teams so far? Have I got my stats a little correct on that? I think that it's all about composure, okay? All about composure and being able to play the game like they know how, okay? Longhorns, okay? I don't know what to say about Texas right now. We should not have turned our backs on Vic Schaefer and his girls, okay? Because if you remember correctly, okay, we should have known that after 3 appearances with Mississippi State, Vic Schaefer, remember, he was there 3 times with Mississippi State, and then it even includes knocking out #1 UConn in 2017, okay? If you remember that clutch shot made by #2, okay, that, I was there for that game, okay? I was there when that moment happened. And every UConn fan, whether it's at the game or behind the TV screen, was going, that was my expression, okay? I was doing a lot of, my mouth gets me in trouble when I go to games, okay? And I kind of had a whole row of Mississippi State fans right in front of me, and I was just like, okay, I'm just going to slowly slide down and walk away. That's what I did, okay? So we should not have doubted them in the first place. And he even said himself, I don't know why people threw us under, you know, and didn't put us in their bracket to move on, okay? And we should have all predicted that this was going to happen, okay? What was his secret weapons? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, okay? Celeste Taylor with 15 points and 11 rebounds. Joanne Taylor, okay, 14 points and 5 assists. Okay, and then you had Charlie Collier, 16 points and 11 rebounds. Okay, now can he work up a tight defensive plan to move on? Now that he's got the defensive system all worked out and he knows what he's doing now on the defensive side, can he devise a plan in that defensive side and get his girls to move on? This is what he had to say about his girls. He said, these kids are all in. They understand, and that's what I love about them, okay? They are junkyard dogs. They are a bull locked in a china cabinet, and they are coming out fighting, okay? So, who do you think is going to move on to the Final Four, okay? For me, I got to change some things up. I feel definitely that it's going to be UConn, and then it's going to be Stanford. Those are my top 2 picks right now, okay? And I predict that Texas is going to move on to the Final Four. So that's 3, okay? And possibly we could have Indiana move on as well, okay? I'm not doubting Arizona. I'm not saying that, okay? But those are my predictions. What are your predictions? Give me your predictions by commenting below. And like I said, if you haven't gotten to my WNBA Daily Swish Facebook group page, get there. Search it up on Facebook. I know you have it, okay? And also, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to tell your friends. Tell them to get here. And like I said, this Friday and Saturday and Sunday, I will be at the Final Four. It's going to be a fun trip. And like I said, I'm going to take you guys with me on a journey to show you what goes on, what's all the hoopla, and why it's so important that when you get a chance to go to the Final Four, all the exciting things that you guys get to experience. Okay, so like I said, get to my Facebook group page, WNBA Daily Swish, where I give you all the news and updates And here in a few weeks, I will be discussing and previewing the WNBA draft. Okay, should be April 15th. That's a couple weeks away. I'm excited. Hopefully you guys are excited for that. And so, like I said, if it ain't hot, it ain't a swish.